Hello students, welcome to video lecture on complex numbers. In earlier video lectures, we have discussed complex numbers, their algebra, polar form, exponential form, square of complex numbers, power of complex numbers, roots of complex numbers, as well as logarithm of complex numbers. Now, in this lecture, I am going to discuss trigonometric functions and hyperbolic functions. Now here we know Euler's relation or Euler's formula. What is that formula? E raised to I theta is equal to cos theta plus I sin theta. So let us call this as equation number 1. Its complex conjugate is e raised to minus I theta is equal to cos theta minus I sin theta. This is equation number 2. Suppose we add equation 2 in equation 1. So we get here right hand side is added in right hand side, left hand side is added in left hand side. So if we add here, we get e raised to I theta plus e raised to minus I theta, and this is equal to cos theta plus I sin theta plus cos theta minus I sin theta. So if we add, we get 2 times cos theta. So from this we will get cos theta is equal to e raised to I theta plus e raised to minus I theta divided by 2. So this is trigonometric function cos theta. So let us call this as equation number 3. Now if we subtract equation 2 from equation 1, so we get here e raised to I theta minus e raised to minus I theta is equal to now cos theta plus I sin theta minus, in bracket we can take cos theta minus I sin theta. So from this we will get 2 times I sin theta. So what is sin theta? So we will get sin theta is equal to now e raised to I theta minus e raised to minus I theta upon 2I. So this is another trigonometric function. Now let us go to tan theta. We know tan theta is equal to sin theta upon cos theta. So tan theta is equal to, now this equation 4 divided by equation 3. So e raised to I theta minus means here e raised to I theta minus e raised to minus I theta divided by 2I upon e raised to I theta plus e raised to minus I theta whole divided by 2. 2 get cancelled. So tan theta is equal to e raised to I theta minus e raised to minus I theta upon I times in bracket e raised to I theta plus e raised to minus I theta. So let us call this as equation number 5. Then sec theta. Sec theta, it is 1 upon cos theta. So we will get this as 2 upon e raised to I theta plus e raised to minus I theta. And cosec theta. Cosec theta is equal to 1 upon sin theta. So we get here 2I upon e raised to I theta minus e raised to minus I theta. So in this way we get different trigonometric functions in terms of exponential function e raised to I theta and e raised to minus I theta. And now let us go to hyperbolic functions. Just we have seen cos theta is equal to e raised to I theta plus e raised to minus I theta upon 2, and sin theta is equal to e raised to I theta minus e raised to minus I theta divided by 2I. So we have already seen these trigonometric functions. Now, suppose we replace theta by I theta in above equations. So we'll get here cos I theta is equal to e raised to I into I theta plus e raised to minus I into I theta divided by 2. So we get here e raised to I square theta plus e raised to minus I square theta divided by 2. Now since I square is equal to minus 1. Now I square is equal to minus 1. So we'll get cos I theta is equal to e raised to minus theta plus e raised to theta upon 2, or cos I theta is equal to e raised to theta plus e raised to minus theta upon 2, and this term it is called cos hyperbolic theta. So cos I theta we call this as cos hyperbolic theta, where cos hyperbolic theta is e raised to theta plus e raised to minus theta upon 2. So cos I theta is equal to cos hyperbolic theta. Now here in sin theta, if we replace theta by I theta, so what happens here? See, sin I theta is equal to, here we will get e raised to I square theta minus e raised to minus I square theta divided by 2I. So theta is replaced by I theta. Now see here, what happens? I square is equal to minus 1. So if we put here I square is equal to minus 1, we write here sin I theta is equal to e raised to minus theta minus e raised to theta upon 2I. And we know since 1 upon I is equal to minus I, we have already seen this. So I can write sin I theta is equal to minus I e raised to minus theta minus e raised to theta upon 2. So we can write this as I e raised to theta minus e raised to minus theta upon 2. Now this quantity in the bracket is called sin hyperbolic theta. So I sin hyperbolic theta is equal to sin I theta. And sin hyperbolic theta is sin hyperbolic theta. It is e raised to theta minus e raised to minus theta upon 2. So here sin I theta is equal to sin I sin hyperbolic theta. So this is second identity we got. Now from this again we can write sin hyperbolic theta is equal to sin I theta upon I. So we can write here minus I sin I theta. This is sin hyperbolic theta. So this is another identity also. Now we'll see number of identities. So first we'll see sine hyperbolic I theta is equal to I sin theta. We will prove this. Now here we know sine hyperbolic theta is equal to e raised to theta minus e raised to minus theta upon 2. This is sine hyperbolic theta. Now replace theta by I times theta. So we get here sine hyperbolic I theta is equal to e raised to I theta minus e raised to minus I theta upon 2. Now let us multiply by I and divide by I. So we will multiply by I and divide by I. So e raised to I theta minus e raised to minus I theta upon 2I and multiplied by I here. So here I and that quantity or equation in bracket, it is sine theta. So we got sine hyperbolic I theta is equal to this. Now we'll take second identity. Cos hyperbolic I theta is equal to cos theta. We will prove this. Now we know cos hyperbolic theta is equal to e raised to theta plus e raised to minus theta upon 2. Now here again we will replace theta by I theta. So we will get here cos hyperbolic I theta is equal to e raised to I theta plus e raised to minus I theta upon 2. We have just replaced theta by I theta. Now if we see this quantity or this expression, this is cos theta. So we get here cos hyperbolic I theta is equal to cos theta. So this is another identity. This is identity. Now we will prove third identity, that is cos hyperbolic square theta minus sine hyperbolic square theta is equal to 1. Now we know cos hyperbolic theta is equal to e raised to theta plus e raised to minus theta upon 2, and sine hyperbolic theta is equal to e raised to theta minus e raised to minus theta upon 2. So here we get cos hyperbolic square theta is equal to e raised to theta plus e raised to minus theta upon 2 and square of this. So square of 1/2 is 1 by 4 and square of this bracket. So it is e raised to e theta square, that is e 2 theta, plus e minus theta square, that is e raised to minus 2 theta, plus 2 times e raised to theta into e raised to minus theta. So we get this as 1 by 4 e raised to 2 theta plus e raised to minus 2 theta plus 2, because e raised to theta into e raised to minus theta, it is e raised to 0 and that is 1. Similarly, we can obtain sine hyperbolic square theta. So it is e raised to theta minus e raised to minus theta upon 2 square of this. And this is equal to, now 1/2 square, that is 1 by 4, and square of e raised to theta minus e raised to minus theta. So it is e raised to 2 theta plus e raised to minus 2 theta minus 2 times e raised to theta into e raised to minus theta. So we will get here 1 by 4 in bracket e raised to 2 theta plus e raised to minus 2 theta minus 2. So we get here cos hyperbolic square theta minus sin hyperbolic square theta is equal to 1 by 4 e raised to 2 theta plus e raised to minus 2 theta plus 2 minus 1 by 4. Now here I can take minus 1 by 4 e raised to 2 theta plus e raised to minus 2 theta minus 2. So I will remove this here. Now, so we get here cos square hyperbolic theta minus sin square hyperbolic theta is equal to. Now e raised to 2 theta with minus sign of this cancels with this. This cancels with this. Now 1 by 4 into 2, that is 2 minus 1 by 4. Sorry, here 1 half. First one is 1 half minus 1 by 4 into minus 2, that is plus 1 half. So this is equal to 1. So cos hyperbolic square theta minus sin hyperbolic square theta is equal to 1. So we have proved this one also. Now let us go to some other identities or other examples. Suppose we prove that. First one we will take, that is cos alpha plus beta I is equal to, that is cos alpha plus cos hyperbolic beta minus I times sin alpha sin hyperbolic beta. Sin alpha here, not sin hyperbolic. Sin alpha into sin hyperbolic beta. We have to prove this. Now we know cos theta 1 plus theta 2 is equal to. This is cos theta 1 into cos theta 2 minus sin theta 1 into sin theta 2. So here cos, so we can write therefore cos alpha plus beta I is equal to. We can write this as cos alpha into cos beta I minus sin alpha into sin beta I. Now here cos alpha as it is into cos beta I. Now we have already seen this one, cos I theta, cos I theta, that is cos hyperbolic theta. So we have here cos I beta, that is cos beta I, that is cos hyperbolic beta minus sin alpha into sin beta I. Now sin beta I, we have seen this identity. Sin I theta is equal to I times sin hyperbolic theta. So here we can write into I times sin hyperbolic beta. So we get here cos alpha into cos hyperbolic beta minus I times sin alpha into sin hyperbolic beta. This is cos alpha plus beta I. So first one is proved. Now let us take second one. Now second one, it is sin hyperbolic alpha plus beta I is equal to, now sin hyperbolic alpha into we have here cos into cos beta plus I cos hyperbolic alpha into sin beta. We have to prove this. So here sin hyperbolic alpha plus beta is equal to sin hyperbolic alpha into cos beta plus I times cos hyperbolic alpha into sin beta. Now we have seen sin hyperbolic theta is equal to, we have this identity here, we have proved sin hyperbolic theta is equal to, now sin hyperbolic theta is equal to minus I sin I theta. So we can write here this identity as minus I sin I theta. We know this. So sin hyperbolic alpha plus beta I is equal to minus I times sin I times alpha plus beta I. So I can write this as minus I sin, now I can write I alpha plus I square beta, that is minus beta. And we know sin theta 1 minus theta 2, it is sin theta 1 cos theta 2 minus cos theta 1 sin theta 2. We know this identity. So we can write this as minus I in bracket, we can take sin I alpha into cos beta minus cos I alpha into sin beta using this identity. So we have here minus I sin I alpha into cos beta minus minus plus I cos I alpha into sin beta. So this is sin hyperbolic alpha plus beta I. Now see here, we have this identity minus I sin I theta. Here minus I sin I alpha, that is what, sin hyperbolic alpha into cos beta. Now here cos I alpha, we have here cos I theta is equal to cos hyperbolic theta. So we can write plus I times cos hyperbolic alpha into sin beta. So this is sin hyperbolic alpha plus beta I. So this we have proved. So this is about hyperbolic functions and trigonometric functions. In next lecture, we will discuss some problems on complex numbers as well as multiple choice questions on complex numbers. So thanks very much for this lecture. If you like my lecture, I request you to subscribe the channel if you have not subscribed, and also press like button. So thanks very much.